Yo, what is good YouTube? I am Richie Kim, and today I'm going to be bringing you all the performance review on the Jordan Jumpman 2020. Before we get started, if you all enjoy sneaker content just like this, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button down below. But anyways, let's get right into it. As always, starting off with the traction, the Jordan Jumpman 2020 features a full herringbone traction pattern, and the traction on this shoe is actually really nice. On clean courts, you guys are going to have a super hard, aggressive bite, stop on a dime kind of bite, and that is awesome. However, once you start playing on your dustier courts, you will experience probably a slight slide when you're trying to do, cuts especially. You're gonna just slide a little bit, not too much, but it can get really bad if you let dust accumulate on the traction. And that's the main problem, is that this thing does attract a lot of dust, especially on the translucent part of the rubber on here. This is like where the zoom unit is, and I don't know, for some reason they wanted to change the color of the outsole, and because of that, especially here, it collects a lot of dust. So make sure you guys wipe, otherwise you will experience probably some slight slip-ups or like a slight slide. But if you guys do a nice quick wipe, you guys should be good to go. But yeah, just watch out for dust, because dust accumulation does hinder the traction. So moving on to the cushion, the Jordan Jumpman 2020 features what I believe to be a full-length Phylon midsole, but the Phylon in here is actually pretty nice. Like, it's not that super hard Phylon that you would find in the Kyrie 2. I'm not sure if it's injected Phylon or regular Phylon, but it is really, really nice, especially for it just being like, this being a team model shoe or a budget shoe. The foam is really nice in the heel. You do have a slight impact protection, which is awesome. And then obviously, like I said before, you do have a 4-foot zoom unit. And it's not overly bouncy, so you do still have responsiveness and core feel, which is awesome. Would I have liked a little bit more bounce? I could honestly go both ways. It's it's a trade-off between that core feel responsiveness and that impact protection. I'm perfectly fine with how the 4-foot zoom unit felt in this shoe. So yeah, the cushion in this shoe was actually surprisingly good. So moving on to the materials, the Jordan Jumpman 2020 features a full mesh upper with some synthetic overlays here and there. So like I just said, this is a full pretty much mesh build. And it's definitely not the most premium feeling mesh, obviously, because this is a team model shoe. To the touch, it doesn't feel that great, but on foot, I'm perfectly fine with it. It does what it's supposed to do, and it does it well. You do have this hit a fuse up in the toe box area for that extra durability, as well as these synthetic leather portions all around the shoe, just for added containment and probably aesthetic reasons as well. And if you all couldn't tell, this is definitely Jordan 34 inspired. This pretty much looks like the budget version of the Jordan 34, because it is. So moving on to the fit, I think the fit in the Jordan Jumpman 2020 is true to size. I would say it's a little bit on the snug side. Maybe you guys go up half size and be perfectly fine. Some people will want to go true to size. Me personally, I'm a slightly wide footer and I went true to size, and I do have a little bit of pinching pain, especially around the pinky toe of my foot. Mainly my right shoe, again, which I don't know why it's always the right. But yeah, definitely a little bit of pinching pain, but it kind of goes away once you start playing in the shoe, just because the materials will stretch out a little bit because this is a mesh upper. If you guys are extreme wide footers, if you all can try these on in stores, I would definitely recommend doing that. Otherwise, you may have to go up a half size, because it is a little bit narrow, and I would say lengthwise, it's just a tad bit snug. Outside of that, this is a half booty upper, and I feel like the materials actually lay pretty nicely over your foot. I didn't have any dead space up in the toe box area, which is always a plus. So I'd say the fit on the shoe, not including the width problem and length problem, I'd say the overall fit is actually pretty good. So moving on to support, the Jordan Jumpman 2020 pretty much has you covered for support. I didn't have any problems personally. I would definitely say it's nothing spectacular, but it definitely doesn't fail at anything as well. So in the heel, you do have an internal heel counter, which helps lock your heel in, so I didn't have any heel slippage. As far as side-to-side movement on the footbed goes, I didn't have anything like that happen to me. And on lateral movements, I didn't have any instability issues as well. This thing doesn't actually have an outrigger built in, but I'd say that the base is fairly wide enough to act as one. So yeah, this shoe's got you covered for those lateral movements as well. Overall support in the Jordan Jumpman 2020 was just fine. The Jordan Jumpman 2020 retails for $110, and for 110 bucks, this is actually a really nice performing shoe. Like I said before, it's definitely not the most premium feeling in hand, but the traction was pretty good except for the dust. You know, just quick wiping, you guys are good to go. And the cushion on the shoe was actually surprisingly good. So just because of those two things alone, I would say that for 110 bucks, it's definitely worth it. You know, and they do have some sick colorways coming out. The only downside to this is that, you know, this basically looks like a budget version of the Jordan 34, and that's because it is. But if you all can get over that, I feel like you all will be perfectly happy with the shoe. I would definitely recommend it if you guys are interested. You know, 110 bucks, you're getting a great performer. So yeah, if you all wanted to pick up a pair, I don't think you'd be disappointed. That's pretty much it for this performance review. If you all like this video, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button down below. While you guys are at it, check out this video on my left and on my right, and that's pretty much it. Until next time, peace.